Alright, shalom to the elect of YAHAWASHI, and shalom to the other men, women, and children of YAHAWASHI, who YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI is going to have mercy upon them. Shalom to all of you. SHAMAYAM, YAHAWAH, AHLA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, Halalyam la, NAWA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. And double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring in the works, and shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which would be your brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who subscribe to this truth. And Dawada Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, QaDash. Aparatita, today's lesson is edifying. I'm your brother Malkia, representing prophets of Pasadena, Texas camp. So today's lesson is going into, the elect, the brothers, will be endowed with spiritual powers in this very time, in this very life, in the very near future, okay? So-called black men, Hispanic men, Latino men, Native American Indians, similarly Indian men, and speckled bird Israelites that makes up the house of David too, the elect, are going to be arisen with spiritual powers that you see like in movies, like in Marvel, DC, in anime, like Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, Naruto, My Hero Academia, Yu Hakusho, and okay, and the list goes on, okay? All right. So let's get straight to the point. The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19, in the KJV. So shall they fear, right? The elect, the hopeful elect, the elect. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, from the west. And we are here in the Western Hemisphere, all right? Babylon, okay, aka America, Canada, Mexico, right? But majority here in America, in the West. You have that great awakening here in the West that's fearing the name of the Lord Yahawashi and his glory from the rising of the sun. You also got the elect that's scattered among other nations outside of America that's also fearing the name of the Lord Yahawashi. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. When Esau, Edom come in like a flood. 2/3 niggas, right? Anyone that's considered as the elect's enemies, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, his troops, his AI robots, all right? His soldiers, right? His allies, when they come in like a flood, like a very overwhelming feeling, right? It's a lot, okay? There's a lot of them. It's like a wave, all right? When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit, right? When you go into that word spirit in the blood of the Bible, you'll get, one of the definitions would be imparting warlike energy, okay? So brothers are going to have that warlike energy be embedded in them from the Lord Yahawashi, because the Lord is a what? He's a man of war. All right, it goes into that in Exodus, that the Lord Yahawashi is a man of war, and the Lord is his name. Just paraphrasing. So brothers are going to have that same spirit be brought upon them when this time comes. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahawashi shall lift up a standard against him. So right, so when you go into the blood of the Bible, you see it there. You'll get to take flight, depart, disappear, to fly to the attack. So brothers are going to be able to fly. All right, brothers are going to be able to take flight. Brothers are going to be brothers are going to be out there, you know, flying to the fights, hunting down the enemies. Okay, the role is going to flip to where the many fishers are going to become hunters. The fishers are like the prophets, the elect. And then soon, these men are going to become hunters, and they're going to be hunting the enemies, all right, for sport, okay, to execute the name, to establish judgment, to bring fear upon this world, to make people know and fear Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shar, to glorify his name, to appease the wrath of him that made him, right? Those spirits of vengeance are also the elect too, all right? When they get risen with that power, to drive that, to take flight, to put to flight, to drive hastily, to cause to disappear and hide. So when you go into disappear, some similar terms, you would get to vanish without any trace, like just teleport. Like think of like Nightcrawler, think of Goku when he teleports, and etc. Like teleport, okay. Hide. When you go into similar terms for hide, you will get a term conceal. And when you go into the word conceal, you will get a similar term, not visible, meaning what? Invisible. So brothers are going to have such abilities to be able to fly, either to fly away from danger or to fly to the fight, to the attack. Brothers are going to be able to disappear, to teleport. Brothers are going to be able to like camouflage themselves. Brothers are going to be able to hide themselves, be invisible. Okay? All right? These men will be endowed with such power in the times we're coming into. The book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 19 in the KJV. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So, no, these men are going to receive power to be able to tread upon even 2/3 of our nation, because they're considered as an enemy too. Men, women, and children, regardless of the age, how old, how young. All the power of the enemy, all the force of the power that Esau Edom has, his troops, these other nations. All right. When you go into that word power, right, in the Strong G, exousia, all right, and this is what comes up: power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases. Power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases, leave or permission, physical and mental power, the ability or strength with which one is endued, which he either possesses or exercises. Okay, so you know, brothers are gonna have the power to. If a brother want to tread upon an enemy with a damn Rasengan to glorify the names of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, hey, the brother will be able to do that. If a brother want to do a Kamehameha on a whole squadron, all right, to glorify the names of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, all right, hey, the brothers going to do it. Brothers want to do a spirit bomb. They want to do the Awful One, My Hero Academia, you know, brothers want to do a Detroit smash and this smash and this smash, right? They instead of doing a Detroit smash, a brother may be like, Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai smash, and just take out a whole city. Okay? All right? You know, brothers are going to have the power of choice, the liberty of doing as one pleases to take out an enemies. to glorify YAHAWASHI's fearful and wonderful name. Okay, brothers are gonna have physical and mental power. Brothers are gonna be able to, like, you know, move things with just their minds without having to touch it. Like the movie, I think Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan. Remember how those tanks, the army came through, and he just raised his hand towards the tank, and he with his mind, he what's the term, like he broke down the tank from every piece that made the tank. He took it apart and then smashed it together, man. Made it to like a ball. All right, brothers are going to be able to do stuff like blood bending from Avatar, the Airbender, controlling people with their mind, just controlling someone's blood. Something like Magneto did in one of the movies, where the facility that he was in, it was plastic. It was like plastic. Everything wasn't iron, no metal. But when those heavy set Edomite police officers came through, right? Magneto was able to read. He was able to sense the iron that was in their blood, and he drained them from it. He drained their iron out of their blood. Brothers are gonna be able to do that to possibly, you know, escape from prison, from situations. Think of there's many things, man. Think of, you know, brothers gonna be flying. Think of, you know, brothers be doing a final flash, Kamehameha, galactic gun, special beam cannon. All right. Mind you, in an Avatar, brothers gonna be able to control elements: fire, water, metal, air, thunder, electricity, controlling the elements, you know, like being like, you know, a storm from X-Men. She's able to manipulate like storms, like, and the list goes on, man. All right. Power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases, leave or permission, physical and mental power. Brothers are gonna be strong, man. Brothers are gonna be able to lift tanks like it's a damn pillow. Brothers will probably be will be able to grab streets, like penetrate their hand through the street and lift it up like a blanket and cause like a wave, like a cement wave to take out enemies. Pick up buildings and throw it on a whole troop, throw it on a whole squadron, a whole brigade. Brothers are gonna be able to pick up men like they're a sock, like a pillow. Light work. Throwing their ass around. Light work, man. All right? Brothers are gonna be strong, physically and mentally, man. Spiritually and mentally, man. Physically, no. Every way, man. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31 in the KJV. But they that wait upon the Lord, right, the elect, the men of the house of David, Baytha Dawada. But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, shall renew their strength, right? Renew, refresh, go back to being how we were back then, right? Strong, having that stature, okay? Being renew also goes into altered, modified. So they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So our power is going to endow these men with that imparting like energy. Remember, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. Brothers, mental and physical strength is going to be renewed. Something about these brothers, these men, their DNA, their entire being, physically, spiritually, is going to be altered. It's going to be modified. It's going to change. So these men can be able to perform such power, to fly, to disappear, to turn invisible, to have infinite amount of power, energy, to be released from your body, shooting laser beams out of your eyes, shooting kamehamehas out of your mouth, out of your solar plex, from your fingertips, your toes. Remember in Avatar, the fire lord, he was able to have fire come out through his fist, his mouth, and the bottom of his feet. Okay, all right. My brothers going something about these brothers are going to be something about their strength is going to be altered. It's going to be modified. It's going to be changed. It's not going to be the strength of a mortal man anymore. It's going to be a strength of a God, man, with lowercase g. The strength of a son of the true living power, YAHAWASHI. But they that wait upon the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, right? The ability to fly, like you see right here, for an example. They shall run and not be weary. Brothers are gonna be able to run really fast and not get tired. Think of like Flash, Quicksilver, okay? These characters that have the ability to run really fast. Like I'm talking about fast and not get tired, okay? Like that chick, she was mute. She spoke sign language from Eternals. She was really fast. She can run really fast. She never got tired. Brothers are gonna have such power. And they shall walk and not faint. Brothers are gonna be able to walk for a long period of time and not get tired, man. Not get weary, not faint. All right, because what? They were renewed. Something about them was altered, modified to where they no longer get, experience what a mortal man experienced, man. Okay. All right. I think it's the last one, if I'm not mistaken. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14 in the KJV. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom, the house of Edom, the so-called white people, right? The Caucasians, right? The cave dwellers, men, women, and children. And I will lay my vengeance, right? Yahweh is going to lay his anger, his righteous anger, all right? His wrath. And I will lay my vengeance, right? His punishment, right? Upon Edom. By the hand of my people, Yahshua, the elect men that's going to be risen, that's going to be renewed with godlike power. All right, so-called black men, Hispanic men, Latino men, Native American Indian men, Seminole Indian men, speckled bird Israelite men. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM, Yahawashi power. So when these elect get risen up with that godlike power and they become those spirits of vengeance, all right, wanting to appease the wrath of him that made him, right? They're going to come in Yahawashi's anger, not their anger. No, people are going to feel and witness Yahawashi's anger through his men. They're going to see what real anger looks like soon. All right. So our Barat's lesson was edifying. All right. Men will get spiritual powers if you can receive it, brothers. If you stumble across this lesson and you're able to receive it, you believe it, hey, you could be of the elect, because only the elect is going to believe in this doctrine. Everything about it, every word. All right, so the lesson was edifying. I want to close out by giving a much due, all phrases, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Halalyam la abanawa ala HAYA NAWA YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM HAQADASH. And double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring in the works, and shalom to you believers, to the Akim YAHAWAH, which be your brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who subscribe to this truth. DTA, Abba soon, Kwam Yasha Allah, Yahawah BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Baukusha, Shalak Rayam, Wa Inasham, Wa Abayam, Wa Haragyam, Wa Mashapatyam, Al Call Al Dawamyam, YAHAWAHYAM, YAHAWAHYAM NAWA, YAHAWAHYAM, YAHAWAHBA, Abad Baba, Abad Baba, Abad Baba. BARAK, BARAK, Yahawah BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Dawada, Aman. DTA, Death to America, Abba, Baba, Destroy Babylon, City of Confusion, which is America. DTA, Abba, Baba, soon. Kwam Yasha Allah.